Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and what I wanted to do today, now that we have PTU Wave 1 open, and in the patch that we got today, we now actually have some access to the Hull A. First time seeing this ship in the game. Remember, there's Hull A, B, C, D, and E. The cargo really expands exponentially. And this line of ships is one where the actual design is set so you can fly around without cargo, and it condenses down into a significantly more balanced vessel. But you do have the option to kind of expand and carry kind of a gross amount of cargo per the size of the ship. Now, it's a little bit hard to tell scale when you're an Arena Commander, and I'm doing this in Arena Commander because it's the only thing that's really stable enough to provide you video on it. But here is the Hull A. It's kind of a, I don't know, it kind of looks like a dolphin to me. It almost looks like a prospector combined with a couple other ships. Overall, though, this ship is kind of just fun. It's kind of nimble for what it really is. I'll fly around at the end a little bit just so you can see it. But the overall design, you do have one singular engine in the back as the main propulsion thrust. That being said, there are these two little squares at the back that actually do appear to give you a little bit of additional output. When you drop the landing gear, you have kind of a quad that comes out. You got two in the middle, one in the front, one in the back. Weaponry on this is obviously extremely limited, and that really kind of applies to the entire whole series line. It's not designed to be a self-sufficient, take care of everything yourself ship. When you get laden with the amount of cargo that it's supposed to have, it's going to struggle with agility, and then putting your turret gunner in position is going to struggle even on the larger hulls. But specifically with the Hull A, you just have the two guns on the front of the ship. So this is the exterior. Let's go ahead and take care of the most interesting part of the ship, which is the animation of the extending and collapsing. If you want to test this yourself, there is a kind of funnily named button here, transform, I assume TRNFRM is. But when you hover over it, it's the extend the cargo spindle. Or maybe extend the cargo spindle. So let's hit it. I'll go to third person. You can take a look at it. You can see it comes out, rotates around, and then extends. And these are essentially graph plates that cargo will be adhered to. Now, I will remind you, I said that I am in Arena Commander, so I have not had a chance to actually attach cargo. This is purely just a first look of the ship to get you guys something to look at for the time being. With that in mind, it'll be interesting to see how this performs in the verse and how things actually attach now with kind of the containers that we're dealing with today. So, looking around the cockpit, you've got pretty good visibility. It kind of blends almost the Prospector and the Freelancer. You kind of get the letterbox view, but you also have some windows that are a little bit higher. It's also a little bit larger window, so visibility is actually pretty good in this ship. You do still have this big rounded nose that kind of takes away a little bit of your visibility. But on a cargo ship, I mean, the visibility is actually pretty good. Got a couple MFDs up top. You've got MFDs to the left and right. You do have pretty well named buttons on your HUD or on your actual dashboard. So it's pretty easy to find what you're looking for. That being said, let's get out of the ship. This one does have a little bit of an interior. So I will show you what we have on board. First off, you do have the control panels over here. You've got lighting control, which is nice, as well as the door locks, as well as the proxy sensors. I've obviously been in here already, so you can see you've got component panel access. You've got shield generators over here. On this side, you've got your avionics. So these are the blades that you will eventually be able to change out. Chimera communications, I'm assuming this has something to do with your radar or potentially just your comm array. You've got coolers and everything is basically tucked in here. These spaces, or these buttons, do work. There we go. You can close them up and you see you just have general component access in here. The lighting is bright, almost whitish blue, which is pretty similar and consistent with the other Freelancer ships and the Prospector. You've got a suit locker here for in case you want to go EVA, so you could technically store something there. And then on the other side of the ship, you have the airlock, which will actually take you out of the ship. The exit, which I'm not going to do because I'm an arena commander, basically performs like most of the other offerings that you have from the freelancer and the prospector. You come in, ladder extends, you exit, you get to the ground. There's not an elevator on this ship. Back door here is for habitation. So we'll come on in here. The surprise of the day for me was the weapons locker. While you can't technically open this right now, I was not expecting this ship to have a weapons locker. It's a nice feature, though, because you can see you had the ability to store what looks like 2 long arm weapons and potentially 3 sidearms. Remember, those sidearms don't have to be weapons, though. They could be a multi-tool. They could be a med gun or a pistol. On the other side, you do have the internal storage for the ship, which is functional. You've got a bed, which is very similar to that of the prospector, and you can see it has escape on it. So while you don't necessarily have a ejection seat at the front of the ship, it seems like this will be something that can actually launch out of the bed eventually and be your escape pod. You have a little kind of a kitchenette area, so you've got kind of the Star Trek style food dispenser. You've got a little bit of a little mini fridge down here. The door does open, so hopefully you can load this up and have some sustenance along the way. I don't think the jar of cookies will be persistent, but you have it currently. Some additional weaponry and the knives. I'm not being serious. And then back here you have the bathroom, which is surprisingly big. Sink. We're still vampires. Mirrors don't work. And then on the other side you have a shower and the toilet. Overall, the whole A is a really well-designed ship. It's kind of it's a tight little package that ends up having the ability to carry a significant amount of cargo. From a flight model perspective, I would say it is in the category of not being anything that is impressive, but it actually handles a little bit better than you might expect it to. You do have the gimbaled maneuvering thrusters. My assumption here is that this flies significantly better than it should, and long term you're going to see this not be as nimble as it is, because the yaw rates feel higher than they should. Now the acceleration doesn't feel great because you tend to carry yourself through turns, but overall it does fly and correct pretty well for the type of ship that it is. Again, I think cargo is going to mean that the weight of your ship and the mass of your ship, I guess is the better word, is going to impact the overall model. Looking at it, cool little ship. I don't have a whole A personally. I'm using this one as part of my Evocati loaner. That being said, I do have a whole C, and I think when I look at what this ship is offering and how my whole may perform later once I get access to that one, I think it's going to be a pretty nice little ship. Well, that one will be a nice big ship. And I think this is an exciting addition to the line. So there's your first look. It is a well-designed, little, capable ship from a theory crafting perspective. As soon as the servers are a little bit better and I can actually give you some first-person experience from using this from cargo hauling, I will give that to you. But I wanted you to see it firsthand. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, get them in the comments. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.